What if one simple spice, something you've seen countless times in your kitchen, could be quietly supporting your gut health every single day? Not a supplement, not something expensive, just something small that most people overlook. Now think about this. Your gut is one of the most powerful systems in your body. It doesn't just digest food, it influences your energy, your comfort, your overall well-being. And inside your gut, there are trillions of bacteria. Some help your body function better. Others can create imbalance if they grow too much. And the balance between them is what really matters. Now here's the problem. Most people don't think about balance. They only think about fixing problems. When something feels wrong, bloating, discomfort, irregular digestion. And when that happens, they look for quick solutions, supplements, temporary fixes. But they ignore something important, what they are doing every single day. Because your gut doesn't change overnight. It responds to patterns, daily habits, repeated behaviors. Now imagine this. Every meal you eat is shaping your gut environment. Every ingredient is sending signals to your body. Not instantly, but gradually. Now here's something most people don't realize. Some natural spices contain compounds that interact with your gut in subtle ways. They don't force change. They don't act like strong treatments, but they support your body's natural balance. And over time, that support can make a real difference. Now imagine adding one simple ingredient to your daily routine, not as a cure, but as a consistent habit. Something small, something easy. And over weeks and months, your gut begins to respond. Better balance, better function. Now this is not about instant results. It's about understanding how your body works. Because your gut doesn't need extreme solutions. It needs steady support. Now take a moment and ask yourself, are you supporting your gut every day or only reacting when something goes wrong? Because there's a difference. One builds stability, the other keeps you stuck in a cycle. Now imagine changing that, from reacting to supporting, from guessing to understanding. In this video, you're going to discover one powerful spice that may help support healthy gut bacteria and why it works in a way most people don't expect. Because sometimes the smallest habits create the biggest changes. And once you understand this, you may start looking at your daily meals in a completely different way. Because real health is not built on big actions. It's built on what you do every single day. Now let's start with something very important. What your gut actually is, and why it matters more than most people think. Because once you understand this, everything else begins to make sense. Your gut is not just where food is digested. It is a system. A complex system that is constantly active, even when you don't notice it. Inside your gut, there are trillions of bacteria. Some of these bacteria support your body. They help break down food, they assist in absorbing nutrients, they support your immune system, and they help maintain balance. But not all bacteria are helpful. Some can grow more than they should if the environment allows it. And when that happens, your gut begins to lose balance. Now here's the key idea. Your gut is not about removing bacteria. It's about balance, because both types exist naturally. The goal is to support the environment so the beneficial bacteria can thrive. Now think about this. If the balance shifts, even slightly, your body may start to respond. Not always in obvious ways. Sometimes it's subtle. You may feel discomfort. You may notice changes in digestion. Or you may simply feel that something is off. Now here's where most people make a mistake. They focus only on adding something new. Supplements, quick solutions, temporary fixes. But they ignore something more important, what they do every day. Because your gut responds to consistency, not occasional changes. Now imagine this. Every day, you eat certain foods. Those foods create an environment inside your gut. Some support balance, others may disturb it. Now over time, this environment becomes stable, and your body adapts to it. Now here's the important part. If your daily habits support beneficial bacteria, your gut remains balanced. But if they don't, that imbalance can grow, slowly, without obvious warning signs at first. Now think about this. Your gut does not change overnight. It changes through patterns, repeated behaviors, daily choices. Now imagine making a small change, but repeating it every day. That small change becomes a habit, and that habit begins to influence your gut. Now here's something very important. Not everything that affects your gut needs to be complicated. In fact, some of the most powerful influences are simple. Things you already use, things you already have. Now think about spices. They are part of your daily meals, used regularly, without much thought. But they are not just for taste. Many spices contain natural compounds that your body responds to. Now imagine this. A small amount of something, used consistently, influencing your gut environment over time. Not instantly, but gradually. Now here's the key idea. Small daily inputs create long-term effects. Now think about your routine again. What do you eat every day? What do you repeat without thinking? Because those patterns are shaping your internal environment. Now imagine becoming aware of that, understanding that your gut is responding to everything you do. Now here's something important. This is not about removing everything. It's about improving what you already do. Because your body does not need extreme changes, it needs consistent support. Now imagine this. You continue your routine, but make small improvements. You choose better ingredients. You support your gut daily, and over time, your body responds. Now let's take a step back. So far, you've understood. Your gut is a system. Balance is essential. Daily habits shape that balance. Small changes can influence it. Now here's the pattern. Your body responds to repetition, not intensity. Now take a moment and ask yourself, what are you repeating every day? Because that answer is shaping your health. Now imagine changing that pattern, even slightly, and repeating that change daily. That's where real improvement begins. Now here's the key takeaway from this part. Gut health is not about quick fixes. It's about creating the right environment through consistent daily habits. And sometimes, the most powerful changes come from the simplest things. Things already in your kitchen. Things already part of your life. You just need to understand them differently. In the next part, we're going to look at one specific spice and understand why it stands out and how it may support your gut in a way most people don't expect. Because once you understand it, you may start using it differently every single day. And that small shift can create a bigger impact than you think. Now let's move to the most important part, the spice itself, because this is where everything begins to connect. The spice we're talking about is turmeric. You've likely seen it many times. A bright yellow powder, common in everyday cooking, simple, and often underestimated. Now here's what makes turmeric different. It contains a natural compound called curcumin, and this compound is what gives turmeric its unique properties. Now think about this. Your gut is not just a place, it is an environment, a living system that responds to everything you consume, every meal, every ingredient. Now imagine introducing something that interacts with that environment, not aggressively, not instantly, but gradually. Curcumin works in a subtle way. It doesn't force change. It doesn't act like a quick fix. Instead, it supports the conditions that may help your gut stay balanced. Now here's the key idea. Balance is not created overnight. It is supported over time through consistent habits. Now imagine this. You include turmeric in your meals, not once, not occasionally, but regularly. Now over time, your gut begins to respond, not suddenly, but gradually. Now here's something very important. Turmeric has been used for generations, not as a supplement, not as a trend, but as part of daily food. Now think about that. Something simple, used consistently over long periods of time. That's where its value comes from. Now here's where many people misunderstand. They expect instant results. They want quick change. But your body doesn't work that way. It responds to patterns. Now imagine using turmeric once. Nothing changes. Using it occasionally, still no real impact. But using it consistently creates a pattern, and your body responds to that pattern. Now here's another important point. Turmeric does not work alone. Your gut is influenced by everything you eat, not just one ingredient. Now imagine this. You continue your daily habits, but improve them slightly. You make better choices, and you include something simple, like turmeric. Now those small improvements begin to work together. Now here's the key benefit. You are not forcing your body. You are supporting it. And that support creates stability. Now let's talk about something most people overlook. How something is used matters just as much as what is used. Now imagine adding turmeric, but not using it regularly. That limits its effect. Now imagine using it daily as part of your routine. That creates consistency, and consistency is what your body responds to. Now here's something very important. Your body does not respond well to extremes. It responds to balance. So using a moderate amount regularly is far more effective than using large amounts occasionally. Now think about your daily meals. They are simple. They repeat. They form patterns. Now imagine adding one small change to those meals. That change becomes part of your routine, and over time, your body adapts to it. Now here's something else to consider. Turmeric fits easily into daily life. It does not require special effort. It does not require major changes. It works best when it becomes natural. Now think about this. If something is easy to repeat, you are more likely to stay consistent. And consistency is what creates results. Now let's take a step back. What makes turmeric stand out? It is natural, it is simple, it contains active compounds, it works gradually. It fits into daily routines. Now here's the pattern. Simple things, when repeated daily, create meaningful change. Now think about your own routine. What do you eat every day? What habits do you repeat without thinking? Because those habits are shaping your internal environment. Now imagine becoming aware of that, understanding that your gut responds to everything you do consistently. Now here's the key idea. You don't need to change everything at once. You just need to improve your pattern. Now imagine this. You take what you already do and make it slightly better. You add small improvements, and you repeat them daily. That's how real change happens. Now here's the key takeaway from this part. Turmeric is a simple spice, but its value comes from consistent use and its ability to support your gut environment gradually. Not instantly, but over time. And when combined with better daily habits, it becomes even more effective. In the next part, we're going to look at how to actually use it correctly and what mistakes to avoid, because even simple things need to be used the right way. And once you understand that, you'll be able to use it more effectively without overcomplicating your routine. Because sometimes the simplest habits, when done correctly, create the biggest results. Now let's move to the most practical part, because understanding something is only the first step. Using it the right way is what actually creates results. Now here's the first thing you need to understand. It's not about using a large amount of turmeric. More is not better, because your body responds to balance, not excess. Now imagine this. You add a small amount of turmeric to your daily routine. Not once, not occasionally, but consistently. That's where the benefit begins. Now let's break this down into simple steps. Step 1. Make it part of your daily meals. You don't need anything complicated. No special recipes. No difficult preparation. Just add a small amount of turmeric to meals you already eat. Now think about this. Your daily meals are already part of your routine, so anything you add to them becomes easy to repeat. Now imagine adding turmeric to a simple dish, soup, vegetables, a basic meal. That's enough. Now here's the key idea. Consistency matters more than complexity. Now let's move to the next step. Step 2. Combine it the right way. Here's something many people don't know. Turmeric on its own is not fully absorbed by the body. Now imagine this. You use turmeric, but your body only uses a small portion of it. That limits its effect. Now here's something important. When turmeric is combined with black pepper, its absorption improves. Now think about this. 2 simple ingredients working together. Now imagine adding both to your meals. That small combination can make a difference over time. Now let's move to the next step. Step 3. Be consistent. This is where most people fail. They try something once and expect results. But your gut does not respond that way. It responds to patterns. Now imagine this. You use turmeric today, then forget about it for days. That breaks the pattern. Now imagine using it every day, small amount, repeated consistently. That creates a pattern, and your body responds to that pattern. Now let's move to the next step. Step 4. Avoid overuse. Now here's something very important. Using too much turmeric does not increase the benefit. In fact, it can do the opposite. Now think about this. Your body needs balance, so keeping it moderate is the best approach. Now let's take a step back. So far you've learned, use small amounts, combine it properly, stay consistent, avoid excess. Now here's another important point. Turmeric is not a replacement, it is support. Now imagine this. You continue unhealthy habits, but add turmeric. That will not create balance, because your gut responds to the full pattern, not just one ingredient. Now imagine improving your habits and adding turmeric. Now everything works together. Now let's look at common mistakes. Mistake 1. Expecting instant results. Many people expect quick change, but your gut changes slowly. Now imagine expecting results in one day. That leads to disappointment. Now imagine understanding the process. Gradual. That creates patience and better outcomes. Mistake 2. Using it inconsistently. Using something occasionally does not create change. Consistency is what matters. Mistake 3. Ignoring overall diet. Turmeric alone cannot fix everything. Your entire diet matters. Now think about this. If your daily habits support your gut, even small additions become effective. Now let's bring everything together. Turmeric is simple, it is natural, and it works through consistency, not intensity. Now imagine this. You add a small habit, you repeat it daily, and over time, your body responds. Now here's the key takeaway from this part. Using turmeric correctly is not about doing more. It's about doing it consistently and as part of a balanced routine. Now take a moment and ask yourself, can you make a small change and repeat it every day? Because that is where real improvement begins. In the next part, we're going to bring everything together and understand how simple habits create long-term benefits and why consistency matters more than anything else. Because sometimes the smallest daily actions create the biggest impact on your body. Now let's bring everything together, because by now you understand something very important. Gut health is not about quick fixes. It's not about one product. It's not about one solution. It's about patterns, daily habits, repeated over time. Now think about this. Every single day you make choices. What you eat, how you prepare your food, what you include in your routine. And those choices shape your gut environment. Not instantly, but gradually. Now here's the key idea. Your gut responds to consistency, not intensity. Now imagine this. You try something once, nothing changes. You try it again occasionally. Still, no real difference. But when you repeat something daily, that's when your body begins to respond. Now think about everything you've learned. Your gut is a system. It needs balance, and that balance is influenced by what you do every day. Now imagine supporting that system instead of reacting to problems later. Now this is where turmeric fits in, not as a cure, but as support, a simple addition to your daily routine. Now think about this. If you improve your habits and include something small, like turmeric, those changes begin to work together. Now here's something very important. Real improvement does not come from doing more. It comes from doing things consistently. Now imagine this. You make one small change. You repeat it daily. Over time, it becomes natural. It becomes part of your routine, and your body adapts. Now let's look at the bigger picture. Better gut balance can influence how you feel, your energy, your comfort, your overall function, not suddenly, but gradually. Now here's the important point. This is not about perfection. You don't need to change everything. You don't need complex routines. You just need awareness and consistency. Now take a moment and ask yourself, what are you repeating every day? Because that answer is shaping your body. Now imagine becoming aware of your habits, understanding what supports your body and what doesn't. Now imagine making small adjustments, not extreme changes, just simple improvements. Now here's the key benefit. You are not forcing your body, you are supporting it, and that support creates stability. Now think about this. Your body is always responding, even when you don't feel it. Even when everything seems normal, changes are happening. Now imagine guiding those changes in the right direction through simple habits, repeated daily. Now here's the final message. Do not look for extreme solutions. Do not rely on quick fixes, because your body doesn't work that way. It responds to what you do consistently. Now imagine this. You take control of your routine. You support your gut every day. You make small, smart choices. And over time, your body reflects that. Now here's the final takeaway. The simplest things, when used consistently, can have the biggest impact. And sometimes, those simple things are already part of your life, already in your kitchen, already in your routine. You just need to use them with awareness. Now take a moment. Think about your next meal. Think about your daily routine and ask yourself one question. What small change can I repeat every day? Because that answer is where real improvement begins. And the best time to start is now. Because your health is not built on what you do once. It's built on what you repeat every single day. And when you understand that, everything changes.